A very good morning, my dear students of class 7. Today in computer studies we are going to take the chapter spreadsheets and introduction. So this is the second video or second part of this chapter. In the last chapter we studied about spreadsheet introduction, that was MS Excel. Today in this video we are going to cover the topics screen elements of Microsoft Excel 2010 and parts of a worksheet. The first one, Microsoft Excel 2010 screen. Here only we finished our previous class. So this is the typical screen which comes when you open Microsoft Excel. So more or less this is like MS Word only, which you are very much familiar with title bar, ribbon, okay. But here some differences are also there. For example, this formula bar is not there in MS Word. This grid, the table which is made up of columns and the rows, that is not there. These rectangular boxes called cells are not there. Here it is written sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So instead of this, in MS Word you will have page 1, page 2, page 3 and so on. So now you already know about the cells. These are the boxes created by the intersection of rows and columns. The horizontal ones are called the rows and the vertical ones are called the columns. This already we have studied. Now let us start. We will be learning about all these things one by one in detail. So these are the screen elements of Microsoft Excel 2010. So starting with the title bar. So as the name suggests, title bar, it shows the title of the program. It is there on the top of the screen, this blue one, okay. Since we have not given the name of the file, it shows book 1 of Microsoft Excel. That means we are using Microsoft Excel software and this is book 1. This is the title. It also contains minimize, maximize and close buttons. As usual, you have seen in MS Word also. Towards the right hand side, upper right corner, you will have minimize button. This one is minimize button. This is maximize button, and the last one, the red one, is close button. So with this minimize button, we can minimize the window. With maximize, we can maximize the window, and with this we can close the current window on which we are working. So this is all about title bar. The next one here is quick access toolbar. The same thing you can see here. This is quick access toolbar. It is present on the title bar left hand side, okay. It helps us to do common tasks with just one click. So here you can see you have got undo and redo. Very often we use this commands, that is why it is there in the quick access toolbar, which is a part of title bar. Next we have got file tab, green in color, file, okay. It is the green tab located in the upper left corner of Microsoft Excel. So upper left corner means this side. When you click the file tab, you can see Microsoft Office backstage view. Now what is backstage view? Backstage view shows the set of commands used to manage in the worksheet, like creating, saving, opening, printing and so on. So in file you can create a file, you can open a file, you can save a file, you can print a file, you can close a file. All these things are available in backstage view of file tab. Then you have got ribbon. So this ribbon has two parts, tabs and groups. Each tab contains commands arranged in different group. So whenever you click any of the tabs, you will find the options in the group. So look at this diagram. So this is the various tabs: home tab, insert tab, page layout, formulas, data, review and view. Now here home is highlighted, home tab is highlighted. So when you click home, you will find this group. Okay, this group comes. So what are the things here? Cut, copy, paste. Okay, then your bold, italic, underline, then font color, font size, name, if you want to increase or decrease. Then you have got alignment of the text. So all these things will be here. Same way, if you click page layout, for example, then here in this group you will have page size, margin, okay, all these things, header and footer, all these things will be there. So same way, you can use any of these tabs. Clicking on the tab will give you a different group. Okay, so upper one is the tab, and whatever contents are there of that tab comes in the group. Hope you have understood this. And the whole thing is called the ribbon. Then comes formula bar. Earlier I told you that this formula bar is not there in MS Word. So this also has got two parts. Formula bar has got two parts, that is name box and formula box. So name box, here the cell which you are working on, or the active cell, the name will be coming here, A1. That means your cursor is there in A1, and this is the formula box. Whenever you type a formula, as I told you, this is mostly for calculation we use spreadsheets. So whenever you type the formula, it also appears here in the formula box. Now comes sheet tab. So below the screen you can see this sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Here sheet 1 is written in bold, that means we are working in sheet 1. The names of the worksheet, that is sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, appears on the sheet tab. So this is the sheet tab, and where you are working, that appears in the bold letters. The active sheet name is displayed in bold letters. So we are in sheet 1, that is why it is in bold letters compared to other. You can move from one sheet to another by clicking at its tab. Suppose if you are working in sheet 1 and you want to go to sheet 3, what will you do? You have to just click on the sheet 3 tab. Okay. Then comes status bar. As the name suggests, status, it displays the current status of the program. So this is the one, status bar. Here you will have zoom option. Here you can see 100% is there in the center. Okay, so this you can take it this side also and the right side also. Right side you have got the plus, that means it will be enlarged, and this will be decreased if you click this or if you take that cursor this side. Okay, so percentage also will be reduced, and here the percentage will increase. That means you want to see it in bigger form or smaller form. Then we have got worksheet. An Excel worksheet is called a workbook. So whenever you work in any spreadsheet, you make a workbook. The blank worksheet is a part of a workbook. So this is called a worksheet, which is made up of rows and columns. Each workbook contains several worksheets. Now I'll give you one example, then it will be very easy for you to understand this. Your drawing copy, okay, you have got a drawing copy or drawing book, you can call it. It has got many pages, many sheets are there. So your drawing book is made up of many sheets. Same way here the workbook is made up of many sheets, and they are called the worksheets. Each workbook contains several worksheets. The default names of the workbook are book 1, book 2 and so on, and the default name of worksheet are sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3 and so on. So each workbook contains many worksheets. Then comes parts of a worksheet. A worksheet is made up of columns and rows representing cells. So as I have told you in the previous class, that worksheet is made up of rows and columns. The horizontal ones are the rows and the vertical ones are the columns. And then comes the cells. Cells are the boxes created by the intersection of rows and columns. All the small boxes which are there in a grid or in a table, they are called cells. And how they are created? By the intersection of rows and columns. Numbers, text, formulae, all these things you can enter in these cells. Now each cell has its own address for reference. Now look here. These are the columns. All the columns are given the name, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F and so on. And all the rows are given the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, that means this is the fourth row. This is the column A, column B and so on. And these things are, these rectangular spaces are called, boxes are called the cells. As you know that each cell has got its own address. And how it gets its address? For example, let us take this one, okay, with a dark boundary. It is in column C and third row. So what will we write? C3. So the name of this cell is C3. When you say C3, it means this cell is made up of column C and it is in the third row. So all the cell addresses will be unique and different. For example, C3 is the cell address of the cell present in the intersection of column C and row 3. And here you can see the last cell is called or named XFD 1048576. That many cells are there, okay, starting with A1, and this is the last one. Now active cell. The cell with a dark brown boundary around it is called the active cell. Now here in this whole worksheet you can see only one is there with a dark boundary. So this is called active cell. That means you are working on this presently on this cell. Cell 3 is the active cell. So this is also the definition for active cell. What is active cell? The cell with a dark boundary around it is called the active cell. Now this is also called selected cell and current cell. So other two names are there, selected cell and current cell, nothing but active cell only, okay. The boundary of the cell is called the cell pointer. So this one is called the cell pointer. It indicates the current active cell. Because of the cell pointer only, the dark boundary only, we come to know that this is the active cell. So that is called the cell pointer. So in this slide you have got few things to remember. The definition of cell. Cell are the boxes created by intersection of rows and columns. Then the last cell is XFD 1048576. What is active cell? The cell with a dark boundary. This one is called the active cell. And active cell is also called selected cell and current cell. And this dark boundary is called the cell pointer. Now comes the name box. The name of the active cell appears in the name box. In the first slide only I showed you the name box. To make a cell active, you can either use the mouse or arrow keys on the keyboard to select it. Okay, so to go to any of the cell, you can either use the arrow keys, up arrow, down arrow, left and right arrow, or else you can use simply the mouse. Then comes range of cells. A group of neighboring cells that touch each other is called the range of cells. So this is called the range of cells, which is highlighted with blue. It is written here, range of cells. It generally takes the shape of a rectangle or square. So it is in the form of a rectangle or a square. The range is written by specifying the address of the first and the last cell of the range. Before that, I'll tell you, you must be knowing also, we have already done in MS Word when we were using tables, how to make a range. So first you click here in C3 and then click the left button of the mouse and drag it diagonally up to where you want, up to the desired cell, and then you will leave the mouse button, release the mouse button. You will see it is highlighted. So this becomes the range of cell. If you want to write what is the name of this range of cells, what you will do, you will write the first name, that is C3. Here you can see C3 is the first name, and the last name is, it is in column G and 12th row, so G12. In between you have to put a colon mark, so C3 to G12. This is the name of the range. What it means, it starts from cell 3 and extends till cell G12. So now I think you have understood what is range of cells. Now there are few things you must remember. A new Excel workbook contains 3 worksheets. So I showed you sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. So by default they have got 3, but if you want you can add more by clicking the insert worksheet button on the sheet tab. That means you can have sheet 4 also, sheet 5 also. So worksheet is very big and workbook is also very big. So not only we have got 3 worksheets, but we have got more. You have to just add it by clicking on the worksheet, insert worksheet button. Okay, next thing here, Excel 2013 and 2016 updates. So this shows the Excel 2013 and 2016. Excel 2013 is the version of MS Excel released on 29th January 2013. After that we had Excel 2016. Your book says it is the latest version of MS Excel released on 22nd September 2015. But now, since it is not there in the book, for your information I have written one more, and that is Excel 2019. This is the latest version of MS Excel, which was released on 24th September 2018. So why there are so many versions of Excel? More or less all are same, but with a better facility. That means 2016, Excel 2016 is definitely better than Excel 2013. So whatever is not there, some additional facilities will be there in MS Excel 2016, and definitely this Excel 2019 is better than 2016. So the computer programmers, they develop the new version with some additional facilities. They try to make it user friendly so that you will not have any problem, and some additional features also will be there in the current version of Excel or Word or whatever it is. Okay, so with this we have come to the end of this video. Stay home, stay safe, and have a great day. Thank you.